15th of March, the Ides of March, Rabbi Levitt, Pele Yoetz.
All right.
And we are on laughter, schok.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay, so we're up to oh, did we say we were going to look up some of these we wanted to get more of a clue about what it is that we're talking about over here.
I don't remember saying we were going to look anything up,
Okay.
but I don't have any objection if you want to. I don't remember having a question about we just read the first chapter, I believe. That's the first paragraph, I mean. And
Right.
except for the women and fools comment, I didn't really have any questions. And the women and fools, I assume we're not going to discuss.
I mean, anybody who does so is a yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So should I go on to the next paragraph?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. I don't know what to do with this. It's still doing this. I'm not sure what the reason for this is.
Why it's doing that? Yeah, it seems like a Zoom problem because it's showing my picture on top of your picture. But I don't know why it's only happening to you. Let me see if there's anything under the video settings that might be able to have something to do with this. Let's see. We have mirror my video. We turn that off. Oh, that just changes it to back and forth. Touch up my appearance. I don't know what that does. Adjust for low light. I don't that wouldn't seem to be relevant. How about enable stop incoming video feature? Maybe that's that would help. Can you click on the video, the lower left of your screen? There's a little picture of a video camera.
Yeah.
Little up arrow next to it.
Yeah.
You click on that up arrow, you should get a pop-up, and it should
Right.
be an option to let me reproduce this so I can tell you what it should be an option to select video settings.
Right.
And then
video settings. Okay.
Down, there's one that says enable stop incoming video feature. Try clicking that and see if that helps.
Enable stop. I have video, audio, share screen, team chat, Zoom apps.
Yeah, not on the left hand side. What is clicked on the left hand side? Is video clicked? Is video blue?
It says yeah, video, yeah.
Okay, so on the right hand side, you should have a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
And then below that, it says camera and original ratio.
Yes.
So scroll down in that part of the screen.
Okay.
And near the bottom, you should see something that says enable stop incoming video feature.
All I have under my video is mirror my video, touch up my appearance, adjust for low light, always display participants, advanced.
Oh, you don't have something that says turn off my video when joining the meeting?
Yes, he has to scroll down a bit.
Yeah, you got to scroll down.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Enable stop incoming video feature. Yeah, I see.
Click that. See if that helps.
Okay, it's clicked.
All right. I don't see a change.
Maybe you turn off your video, wait a bit and turn it on again. That change might occur then.
Yeah, I agree with Roy. Try exit out of here. Click back on your main screen.
Oh, I just turn off my video when joining meeting. That's not necessary to do.
You need to exit out of the window that you're in, which is the upper right-hand corner. There's an X.
Okay.
We'll click that.
Okay, yeah.
Now,
In the meantime,
click on the stop video on the bottom left of your screen. Good.
Okay.
Now click it again and see if that resets.
So far, so good.
Yeah. No.
yeah, what is it? It's interesting.
Mouth.
Well, it's interesting that it does stop for a few moments when you when you click it off and then put it on.
You do it again, wait for a bit longer. Wait for a couple of minutes before turning on the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my best attempt to solve the problem. It didn't. I don't think it worked.
Okay. Well, we'll start. Ms. Hashem. Good morning, Mayor. Good morning,
Good morning.
Roy.
Good morning.
Rabbi Levitt. Good morning again, Mayor. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lou.
Good morning, Roy. How are you?
Baruch Hashem.
Okay, and Alan is anybody hear anything about Alan today?
I have not heard anything about him today.
Okay.
As far as I know, he's okay. And he's got all of his evaluations done, so he should be here.
Okay. Bez Hashem. So we're in the middle of scope, laughter, and 346. So we're going to go to the next paragraph. There is another kind of, and we'll see what the of is all about. And so for that, we go to Lou to start off the reading today.
There is another kind of bad and bitter laughter. This refers to those individuals who play with dice, nuts, and all kinds of similar games. They are evil and sinners. They violate several prohibitions. One, behold, this is a gathering of mockers, and these men have abandoned God and despised the Holy One of Israel by wasting several hours of precious time to anger their Creator in a situation in which they could have acquired during that time the life of the world to come, if they would have been studying Torah. Oh, I see. Furthermore, there is a concern of theft, for an asmachta, unrequited reliance, does not execute a transfer of ownership. our sages in Sanhedrin ruled that they are disqualified for testimony in court. Therefore, a man who fears God will assume a restriction upon his person, and he will not play any game of gambling. His consummate desire will only be for God's Torah.
Okay.
I didn't understand this reference to the asmachta.
Yeah, let's take a look at this Gemara in Sanhedrin. 24b.
All right,
I think over there it's gonna explain what is this prohibition of smak delokanya.
Sanhedrin 24b. Aha. It's the second Mishnah, 24b2.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
It's the second half of that Mishnah. But I suppose and down the an agreement of asmachta is non-binding. What does
Okay, so the Mishnah, psulin, these are the ones that are invalidated for edus in the bezdin. They're not allowed to come forward and say edus. So the first one on the list is hamasachik bekuvia. The next one is malva beribis. So what is this masachik bekuvia? Rashi says on the Mishnah, Elohim psulin ladun laha'id. They're disqualified not only to act as a witness, but of course also to be a judge. Masachek bekuvia kulu beforish begemora. The whole thing's going to be explained in the Gemara. Bekulon me'ein gazlanin hein. They are akin to robbers. But Torah Amra al tashes Russia aid. The Torah says that don't place a Russia as a witness. Kol shekain dayan, all the more so a dayan. So the Gemara asks, what's the Masachek bekubia Michael Ovid. What's this person doing? He's just he's playing with he's playing some type of he's playing with dice. What's why is he invalidated? Michael Ovid, what did he do? It's like the Gemara doesn't understand why is it that he's puzzled. Amarami Baruch Hama, Mishum dehave asmachta, because it's an asmachta. Says Rashi, asmachta hainu davar she'eno noten lo midato ela somech al davar she'eno. The savar shehu yochol and apamim shemanatzkin also. So here we're talking about not just playing a game, we're not just talking about playing a board game with Monopoly money. We're talking about playing a type of a game that's with real money. In other words, we're talking about gambling. So somebody who's gambles, that invalidates him from being a witness. Why does it invalidate him from being a witness? Because Rashi says that he's not right when you put down when you gamble. I think you have to put money down, like that's your bet, like you're betting. So you put down, everybody puts down money, and who the winner, he takes everybody's money. So everybody puts down money, and it's an opportunity for them to win all the money or to lose their money. So what's wrong with that? Rashi explains that really the person that's putting down the money, he's not really putting down his money willingly on almanas to lose the money. He's putting down the money. He's not putting down his money willingly. He's relying on something which is not. What's the something which is not? The savar shehu yochel l'natzeach. Why is he putting down the money? Because he figures he's going to win. Is there a crazy person that would put down money and think he's not going to win? Why should he do that? Why should he throw his money down the toilet? Obviously, he's not doing it for that reason. He's doing it because he figures he's going to win. So he's not willingly putting down this money to have it get taken by somebody else. And so what's the problem? Pamim shemenatzkin also, because sometimes other people win, and he ends up having to give them their money, and he doesn't want to do that. But okay, that's the game. So there's a tension over here. That there's a tension which it smacks of gezel, if not outright gezel. The people that are involved in playing in gambling with their money. So that's enough to make them invalidated for a witness. Rashi says, the next part. That's just the first half of the story. Okay, so the gambling, the putting down of the money is a smachta. He's somech on davar she'eno. He's relying on the fact that he's going to win, but he doesn't always win, right? There's other people that also want to win, and sometimes they do, and so therefore, Rashi says, "Asmachta lo kanya." The Gemara says, "Asmachta lo kanya." What does that mean? There's not a kinyan. So therefore, the winner who takes everybody's money, he is akin to being a Goslin, because nobody really put their money down in order to lose it. They put their money down in order to win. And so when they lose, they're really giving their money up unwillingly. And so therefore that's a type of that's a form of gezela. Okay. And so accordingly they are puzzled. So that's a smachta lo kanya. All right. All right, so so it's interesting. In other words, the Pele Yoetz is regarded as a form of, he called it the yesh min schok acher. So this is a form of skok. So we see over here that this expression of skok is not simply referring to somebody who's telling jokes and people are laughing. He's also applying this term of skok to people that gamble. That's also a form of skok. Says the Pele Yoetz. Okay. Next paragraph. Also in this matter. And we go to Roy to continue the reading, please, on the bottom of page 346.
Also in this matter, there are many violators who have chosen a path of foolishness, and this is their profession, to waste several nights and several days gambling in homes, parks, and cafes. They topple sums of money and some lives until there are those who lose all their money. Even if they are wildly successful, everything has an escape. In the end, they steal and rob, and the members of their family are stricken with hunger. The young ones ask for bread, but no one extends it to them. See Eicher. Because they are not occupied with the material development of the world to bring bread to their homes. A sin begets a sin, and they neglect prayers and mitzvahs because at the time the evil inclination attacks them, and they are standing in the middle of their games. It is more difficult for them to quit the game than it is to remove a nail from its flesh. They do not have pity on their own lives, and they do not leave the games even to eat at the time of eating and to sleep at the time of sleeping. Someone who is addicted to this awful habit of gambling will not even abandon it when he grows old, unless a man galvanizes his strength and with the help of the Almighty opens his eyes and wakes up from his slumber of folly and says, "Woe unto me, how have I destroyed my body, my soul, and my money? How have I wasted such precious time on emptiness and vanity and caused my body and my soul to many evil troubles in this world and in the world to come? I am lowlier than the insane people that I have no pity, and I have no pity on my soul, myself. Indeed, a person who does this is disgusting, revolting, repulsive, and sickening in the eyes of other men, and in the honor of my Maker. It is in his power to recognize before the sun becomes dark and the days of evil arrive. These and other similar things the living man must take to heart to correct his corruption in every manner of wrongdoing. This is especially true regarding those things to which a person is addicted, for example, gambling, drinking, other bad character traits and evil acts which people trample upon and it is as if permissible to him. A man must fortify himself like a soldier, a man of war, to save his soul from descending into the grave. Here we are. But Rabbi, try turn on your thing and see how it works.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
There it goes.
9. Boom! Okay. Oh,
It's a little flicky, but not that bad.
interesting. Maybe I have to give it a rest now. It's got tired out. Okay, so right, just to point out one other downside of what he's doing over here. He says, because they are not occupied with the material development of the world. So in addition to all the other things that they're causing to themselves and their families, with all the wasting of the time that they do with this, and the weight and the loss of the money that it causes, and et cetera, they it's incredible. He says that they even when it's time to eat, they don't eat because they're too involved in this addiction that they have. And when it's time to sleep, they don't sleep because they're addicted to this activity. But in addition to all of this, he says they're not occupied with the material development of the world. They're not involved like a person is supposed to be involved. Every person is supposed to be involved in what's called Yishuv HaOlam. With the way they translate it here, it's a nice translation, the material development of the world. And we could add to that and all the more so the spiritual development of the world, right? It's people that work, right? People that they make money with the work. So there's two things that happen. They make money, and then they're able, therefore, to support themselves and their families, as is Hashem, right? That's the way the hashgacha is. That's the way Hashem made it. Says the Chovos Levavos that a person works, and generally speaking, I think 99% of this, or maybe not 99%, because you have cigarette producers. There's no need for that, but in most overwhelming majority of cases, people are working at a parnasa that is engaged in the material development of the world. They are providing a service, they are providing a product which helps the world. That's why people pay for it. So they're doing something, they're doing two good things. They're doing something good for the world, and they're doing and they're getting parnasa in order to do something that's good for the world. But the gambler, even if he does make money, and if he's successful at gambling, what is he giving to the world? What material development is happening when he's doing this occupation, quote unquote, of gambling? There's no beneficial material development of the world, and all the more so, there's no beneficial spiritual development of the world. As he says, it would be he doesn't want to work, so let him learn Torah then. But at least then there'll be a great spiritual development of the world if he would do that instead. But okay, we have one more. So he has to take hold of himself. He has to take hold of himself and say, what is going on with me? Look at all the destruction that I've caused with this, to my body, to my soul, to my money, and to everyone else in my family. so I have to. All these things will if the person tells himself all these things that the Pele Yoetz is talking about, that perhaps that will influence him to decide to make a decision that he's going to give this up, and he's going to distance himself from this activity. Okay. Before the sun becomes dark and the days of evil arrive, when it's no longer possible to change the situation. Okay, and now we go to the last paragraph. Immediately we go to the paragraph of immediately. And we call upon our immediate Cohen, Mayor, to continue.
Okay. Immediately, when he has an inspiration, he must go to a sage who will direct him with proper counsel. If it is proper and befitting for him to assume any prohibition and to restrain himself by taking an oath in the way of Tehillim, this is a pasuk, I swore and I will fulfill to keep the judgments of your righteousness. Not everyone who wants to swear may swear. However, the final decision is based on the discretion of the sage if he needs it. Or perhaps there are other protective devices which are better. And if it is proper to rely upon him that when he swears, he will be able to keep his oath and not violate it, and if it is proper to make some allowance for permissible times, or if he should absolutely assume this prohibition forever, he must not deviate to the right or to the left from everything the sage tells him. If he will do this, then he will succeed in his matters and he will be wise.
Wow. Amazing. So when a person comes to a point of inspiration and he's come to this realization, and he says, I gotta figure out a way to stop doing this. That's really what he's saying when he says he's got an inspiration, right? And so what does he have to do? He says he should go to a chacham, and a chacham will advise him of what will be the most effective way to implement what he wants to do right now, because it's not enough to simply want to change. You got to know how to do it, and a chacham who knows this person can advise him what he should do and how he should do it. Like the Pele Yoetz says, there's a matter of maybe he said, oh, look at that. we got the Yeshua. Baruch Hashem. Wow. Now Mashiach can come. Yes, Hashem. Amen. All right. Even the matter of, even the matter, see, we lost the moment. We should have gone to the sage. He even mentions this matter of making a shvua, right? Because he quotes this pasuk in Tehillim that there's a Gemara that goes together with this pasuk that darshans this pasuk, that for the purpose of a mitzvah, so then you've got a permission to make a neder or a shvua, if that's going to help you to go in the right direction. And so he says this is a matter for a chacham to paskin on the matter, and like that a person is responsible in whether he should make a shvua or not make a neder or whatever it is, and then he's doing he knows that he's doing of Das Torah, impartial and informed and sage advice. So that's a possibility. And then he even says something here. I want to read this in the Hebrew. If he says this, he says maybe it would be proper to make some allowance for permissible times for him to engage in this activity of his, or should he absolutely assume this prohibition forever? I mean, according to what he said before, that it invalidates a person from being a witness, it wouldn't seem that there would be any time that he'd be able to engage in such activity, which makes him, I don't know, it would seem that even one time would make him invalid. But perhaps the prohibition is only if he does it in an improper manner. I don't know. What does it say in the Hebrew over here? It says, "Imroi lismok kishishava yuchal amod al v'lo yavor al shvuoto." That's the issue over here. Is he really gonna have a serious chance of not violate? It's going to help him to not violate this desire, this activity anymore, or is it just going to result in him violating his shvua? So imroi shianiach shiur uzman leheter. Yeah, the translation that we have is accurate. Even so far as to say that it may be ru'ui, it may be appropriate that he should leave to himself a certain shi'ur uzman leheter is that what it yeah, okay. I'm thinking like this. I don't know, but maybe what he means to say is that he won't be in violation of the shvua if he has certain, if he gives certain times to I don't know, an hour a week or something like that to engage in this type of activity. He won't be in violation of the shvua. But then, of course, the question would still be a question: how can we allow him to do it even for 1 hour if it's really usher? It makes and it's really gezel. But I don't know. Maybe we're dealing with a person who's addicted to this activity. Certainly, it would be better if we could get him to lessen his activity to 1 hour a week than to 100 hours a week. Of course, there's no question about it. Effective thing. Whereas if we told him, no, you can't do it at all, so then he's just going to give up a week.
I think also, though, that some kinds of gambling can be fun, and you can build camaraderie with the people that you're playing with. Before I was religious, I used to be in a group that played poker, and we played once a month, and we got together at one of our houses. We rotated, and we played for about 4 hours in the evening. And we had a house rule that you couldn't lose more than a certain amount of money. If you lost that much money, then you were out of the game. You could sit and watch, but you couldn't play anymore. And so it avoided a number of the problems that he raises here. And it was a social evening. It was a chance to meet together with these other guys and become friends with them. And I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I've got a migraine, so I'm going to lie
Boy,
down.
you don't look good, Roy.
Yeah, you don't look good. You're full of shalema. So it may be a matter of degree, because he's giving you all of this, all of these reasons, which are very extreme.
Oh, guess who's coming?
Robert.
Roberts.
Hey, Robert.
Welcome, Robert.
Yeah, it could be. It could be that if the amount, if the rule of the house is that more than a certain amount of money, you can't, you have to exit the game. Maybe you could say that in that case, that people are mochel on that amount, and they're not willingly. They're not unwillingly giving away their money, because they know that they're not going to end up losing more than I don't know, X amount of dollars, and like that, they're it's worth it to them, to have the evening of with these people that they're with. So maybe like that, we could say that that type of an asmachta is yes kanya. That would be the halachic question.
Right.
And of course, it doesn't. It's not going to bring people to engage in 100 hours of involvement in this and losing hundreds and thousands of dollars either.
Right.
So you have both of those things, and so it's a right. It's a night of enjoyment and entertainment. Okay. All right. Very good. Good morning, Roberts. You have now a chazaka. You've got three in a row. That makes a chazaka.
Yeah, that means
even according to the Chachamim, you got three in a row.
Hooray for Robert.
Hey, wow, unbelievable. Wow. I think we're all gonna have to I don't know what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to this is an inspiration for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna have to figure out what we could do over here. We have to be inspired. We have to seek the counsel of a sage. What can we do over here to recognize this tremendous effort on behalf of a determined Jew who wants to learn Torah? He's willing to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It must be even more than that. Must be even earlier than that in order to get up, in order to be able to come. Wow.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 in the morning. Wow.
3 in the morning. 5? It's 5?
It's 5:25 a.m. right now in Florida.
Yeah, it's 6 hours difference now.
Did you change the clock, Edward? Yeah?
Yeah, they changed.
They do change. Okay. Yeah, because I remember one time I was in Arizona. I think it was Arizona, and it was in a like a motel, and I said, "What? He says, yeah, that's the time. We got a strong governor over here." So I said, "Oh, okay."
Because I think maybe they do not change their time.
That was about I don't know, a long time ago. But anyway,
right.
I don't know whether maybe they still do it. I don't know. Okay. And now a round of applause for Scope and laughter. Hooray! Wow, well done.
Go ahead.
That's quite an interesting discussion over here of the Pele Yoetz as his Kedarko B'Kodesh. And now we go to Shmiya. Shmiya, listening. Oh, wow, look at this. We've got 2, 3, 4, almost 5 pages on Shmiya. So we're going to be listening a lot over here. Okay. And we go back to Lou to start off the reading of Shmiya.
Our sages commented on the verse, listen and your soul will be revived. Come and see the attribute of the Holy One, blessed be he, is not like the attribute of flesh and blood. A person falls from a rooftop and his entire body becomes covered with wounds. A doctor comes and covers his entire body with bandages. But the Holy One, blessed is he, is not so. A person is full of sins. The Holy One, blessed be he, says to him, put a bandage on your ear and your entire body will be healed. This is the meaning of the verse, listen and your soul will be revived. Furthermore, our sages said that when a person listens with admiration to the words of a sage who is sitting and teaching and answers Amen, Yehai Shemai Rabbah, that is said on the word, Yehei Shmei Rabbah, that is said on the words of Agada, non-halachic section of the Talmud. In heaven, they tear apart a decree of 70 years and forgive him for all his sins.
Wow.
So I'm not sure about this Yehei Shmei Rabbah. The sage is teaching and the person answers and says, Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah.
Okay, so what is he talking about over here? To answer your question, if you have, he's talking about a situation where you have a chevra, you have people gathered together over there, and they learning Ein Yaakov, right? This was a common practice in Europe amongst many people. Come to shul for mincha, they daven mincha, and then they got a certain amount of time for before they daven Mariv, and in order to use that time, instead of taking out the dice and gambling, they would learn Ein Yaakov, which is a sefer that concentrates on the Agadata in Shas, and then it brings a number of different important interesting commentaries on the Agadata, and it's a very interesting. Of course, Agadata is very interesting. Gemara deals with interesting subjects and interesting stories, and it's good, and that people are learning Torah, and so they're sitting there and they're learning Torah, and after the shir is concluded, so there is a din. For some reason, I'm not sure exactly why. In some circles, they don't say Kaddish after the shir. It's generally the case by us Ashkenazim. I mean, don't know why not, but I think it is brought in the Shulchan Aruch that that also for Divrei Gadata, it's appropriate to say Kaddish D'Rabbanan after. So that's what the Pele Yoetz is talking about. That the person, when he listens and he hears the Kaddish after this may be one of his only opportunities to hear Kaddish D'Rabbanan, because for Shachris he wasn't there, but he comes in for Mincha and Mariv, and they don't have Kaddish D'Rabbanan in those tefillas. You have to come to Shachris in order to get Kaddish D'Rabbanan. But in any case, the critical issue over here is that he gets to Abba, and this he doesn't quote the Gemara, but the Gemara says, and it's brought in halacha, that somebody who answers Amen Yeheshmei Rabba b'kol koicho with all of his keichus and all of with a bren, with fire, that he wants to see the kvod shemayim begolui, out in the open in the world, that people recognize Hashem and love him and fear him and observe his ratzon. That's what a person is doing when he says Amen Yeheshmei Rabba. If he thinks about the words that he's saying, so he says, the Gemara says that this is such a tremendous merit that he's answering with Amen Yeheshmei Rabba, with all of his heart and all of his mind and all of his everything that he's got. So Hashem tears up all the evil decrees against this individual. It's incredible. So that's what he's talking about. And that's why it appears over here in Shmiya, because this is an example of a Shmiya par excellence. To hear the Kaddish and to hear the words of Kaddish and then respond and say Amen. Yes, I believe that this is so, and I want it to be so, and halavai, it should be so. As soon as we're waiting for it and anticipating it and hoping that it's going to come very, very soon. This is the idea.
I think we're out of time, Rabbi.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, well, so we want to send Mayor the Cohen on. Hey, Rabbi Fairman, and please, all the best, Mayor.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
great day.
Be well.
Have a good day, Mayor.
Amen.